Hello everyone and welcome back to my tutorial. So today we will back about the Twinmotion, and the topic is really main and really painful. We have the road. As you know, road it's not only the field without nothing. Road it's the sign, is the some scratching on the road, with some damage and many other things. So that's why all these things created our road to the road. We cannot create it in Revit, for example, even it's not so useful if you will do, for example, in SketchUp or AutoCAD, Vectorworks, whatever. We architects, we should make everything right. So what about the realistic? We in Twinmotion have the solution for that. Let's go back with this project to the Twinmotion. So here is my Twinmotion model. As you can see, we already transferred from the Revit to the Twinmotion. I applied my asphalt material to my road, but it doesn't look like road because we don't have any feeling about like do you understand this road or no. But we have the one thing in Twinmotion. You should go to the materials, after that you should go to the furniture, and here after that you will find the decals. And now you understand what we're gonna do. For example, we can use the line marking. For example, let's make here somewhere crossway like this, and we are applying here. As you can see, it's not so big. You don't need scaling. You can copy it. So how we can copy? Just select on this thing, just select on it, use the Alt key or Control, sorry, use the Control key, Shift key, like this, and unhold it. And now the Twinmotion asking you, do you want to make it instance and how many copies of you want, and spacing between of that. This is pretty cool. We will use the instance because instance doesn't take a lot of the resource from your PC. And we will make like 5 copies. Let's say okay, and we get the 5 copies. Of course, the last copy we can just delete. As you can see, this is we get like a 1. And after that, of course, you can, for example, select all these things, for example, and create the one folder. Let's create the new container, and let's put this thing to this container. Where is my folder? I don't need any walls, I don't need any doors, I don't need the curtain walls. I have a lot of the things here. Let's say I'll close it up everything, and I wanna find my okay, I found it, and let's select that and just put the new container. As you can see, if we will switch on or switch off, we can switch off all the calls. Okay, this is pretty cool. So what we're gonna do next? Next we will go again to the containers, and here we will find, for example, decals, and let's use this double line between the rows. Okay, after that I will use again the same principle. I will hold the Shift key and just select the some axis, and let's copy it like as much as you can, maybe 7 copies. Just escape. We will delete to the last thing, and as you can see, we get this breaking line. Let's do the same thing, for example, for this part. I'll just copy. Now I'll just copy it, and after that I will do again the instance copy. Just select that and instance copy. Instance copy, maybe 7 pieces. So we get the 7 pieces, and our road now become much better. I'm right. So with this decals. Okay, so of course you can add some more additional things, like for example maybe some parking space. Let's make the parking space here, for example. Yeah, it's unrealistic anyway. We can make it like this. I don't know, let's say this is small cars, and let's make it the parking base maybe 5 pieces only. Okay, we did it. So what we're gonna do next? Next we will talk about the damaging and, for example, sign on our asphalt. Let's go back to the decals. As you can see, we can use, for example, some signs like bus stop, taxi, or box junction, some, for example, some directions lines. Here a lot of the things you can use whatever you want, and we find, for example, the saver. For example, let's use it. As you can see, this is like a texture. This is nothing much. You can rotate it as I'm doing now, right? If you know the exactly number rotation, you can just put your mouse here and straight away write some degree for 45 degree or 0 or minus 45. And by this thing you can place it, for example, near to the road and the pathway. And as you can see, we now getting more and more realistic road. So this is not finished. Of course, we have some manholes you can place it to. Of course, you have some other things like savers, I mean the rectangular one, and of course you can use some graffiti if you want, and water. This is what makes the real our road. For example, if you will put the water like somewhere here, for example, yeah, the water it's near with the pathway, always like this, right? And put somewhere here. So just to play around, make it more realistic. And the main thing what I want to show you, this is asphalt patching. Yeah, this is asphalt patching. I think all the country have the asphalt patching, not so big maybe, but this is repairs of asphalt. So we can use some scratching, we can increase it, we can, as you can see, we can make it size bigger. Of course we can use some specific scales like this, for example, and you can make the opacity lowest and bigger. For example, make it low, let's sort it a bit, and as you can see, now it's much looks better. It's not looks better for the drivers, but it looks better for realistic. Let's make it a bit offset. So by this way and these decals, you can create your road much realistic, your building really much realistic. For example, you can leave it in the leaves. Of course you can find the kind of stuff in Lumen, but I think you never know about the Twinmotion have this stuff. So you can leave it like that. Of course it's not 3D, this is only just texture, but when you will render it, it will look like much better. As you can see now, it's not just a field without nothing, now it's the road. And you no need to spend time to, for example, to cut it in Revit, the dividing by different texture, and after that applying different texture for the road. No, you have the field of the road, and after that you applying everything here in Twinmotion. I hope you will find it really interesting. Play around with that, make your visualization more realistic, because devil in detail, as you know. Maybe you don't have some realistic texture, but if you will do so much details, it will looks more realistic. Then you will use some photo scan realistic texture. So think about it, do it, and I hope you will find it useful. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.